Namaskar friends, this is NJ, host on this channel. In this video we will have our discussion on a house of Vedic astrology which in itself holds the potential to protect you, to care for you, to nourish you, to guide you. So you got me right. We are going to have our discussion on the importance of the ninth house of Vedic astrology. And guys, we are going to have our discussion around the ninth house in three sections. So first we will try to understand the general significations connected with the ninth house. In the second section, we will try to understand that if you're going to have a prominent ninth house, how it is going to help you or impact other areas of your life. And when I say other areas, I mean to say other houses of your Vedic astrological chart at the same time. So guys, here I'm not talking about the calculative part of the Vedic astrology. I'm not talking about Ashtavarga table or other tables where you calculate how much points each house is giving to other houses, how they are going to bring their influence in other houses. Here in a very simpler language we will try to understand the importance of the ninth house, and if you are going to strengthen your ninth house, how it is going to directly impact other areas of your life. And in the last section we will try to understand basis all the 12 ascendants in a very customized way what kind of approach you need to take in order to strengthen the signification of your ninth house. So okay friends, to begin with, if you want to understand the general signification of the ninth house, so to begin with, this house is the house of your luck, your fortune, your grace. When we talk about religion and everything connected to religion, now whether in the form of your faith in the God, we talk about religious austerities, pilgrimage, daily prayers, making lot many or doing too many charities, or keeping fasting, going to temples. So everything connected to religion, religious austerities is connected to the ninth house. And at the same time, see, divinity is in the ninth house. God is in the ninth house. Like the way, for example, if your house or your dwelling is fourth house, so same way the God who is in the ninth house and their house is, if you will go 4 houses from the ninth house, so then you're going to reach the 12th house, which in itself is the house of the moksha or the salvation. So I mean to say these all are the signification being represented by the ninth house. And at the same time, this is the house of counsel, wise counsel, all the teachers, guru, and all the people of spiritual and religious influence can be seen as connected with the ninth house. What kind of teachers you will be attracted to, how much you are going to be get benefited by following the righteous path in this lifetime, how much you're going to be devoted to your path in this lifetime, all of that information we get to know from the ninth house. And at the same time, see, when we even talk about the personality or the behavioral traits, so ninth house can give someone a very hopeful personality, very optimistic personality, someone who has got all the righteous and virtuous traits in his personality. All those people who are very compassionate, who are very helpful, who are very forgiving, who are very religious, who are very trustable. So these all are the few qualities which you can associate with the ninth house. And at the same time, this is also the house of philosophy, this is also the house of counseling, this is also the house of foreign travels, different cultures, interest in different cultures. So all these are the signification, like higher studies can be connected to the signification of the ninth house. Now guys, if you want to understand its importance in our life, so you have to understand this thing that if you are going to have a strong prominent ninth house, so it means you have this capacity to become a medium of the divine grace. Like for example, you do not have to go to a ashram or gurukul if you have a prominent ninth house, if you have a prominent Jupiter. You can see the goodness and you can get inspired, and wisdom can actually dawn upon you even without going to these ashram and gurukul. But let's say for example, even if forcefully you will be put in a ashram and you have a afflicted ninth house, or you have an afflicted or a bad shaped Jupiter, even even being in the influence of a ashram of a highly enlightened people, you might be stealing in that gurukul. So I mean to say, you need to have a strong ninth house. Guys, I still remember I was listening to this lecture by the author of The Greatness of Saturn, Dr. Robert. So he gave this very insightful story where what happened from the Tibet monastery, which was invaded by China, and because of their intervention, many of the monks were tortured there by the Chinese soldiers. So some of the like the monks who managed to survive, or they escaped from Tibet, and when they came to, or when they came in front of the Dalai Lama, and it was asked to them like how was their experience. So one of the monk, he said that there was a point when I got very fearful, and when it was asked to him, what was you fearful of? So he said, I became fearful of that I might lose my compassion and I might start hating the Chinese for causing all these atrocities on us. So I mean to say, guys, this is the influence and the power of the ninth house, that no matter how much hardship is coming your way, you have this capacity to turn your wounds into wisdom, to turn all these and stay devoted to your path of compassion. So all these higher spiritual values, virtues found in the society, goodness in the society can be seen attached to the ninth house. Guys, our family guru, he always used to emphasize on this point that Jo Brahmande so Pinde, whatsoever we see in the outside world or our outside circumstances are completely governed by what is happening inside us. So I mean to say, and you know, if you will even contemplate or with due retrospection, you will assess your life. So it has been believed in our holy scriptures that whatsoever you have achieved or accomplished in this lifetime, you were born carrying all these seeds of accomplishment in your life. The only thing which is expected out of you is that the beautiful society and the universe which God has created for us, you should have that sense of appreciation towards that creation, towards the creation of divinity. I mean to say, like any other artist, what an artist expects out of his audience, the only thing which he wants is that his art or his created piece of work should be appreciated. So same is the kind of the philosophy or the thought process which God could have or might have from all of us. And you need a strong ninth house to see those goodness hidden in the world, hidden in the society. So that is the kind of point which I'm trying to make over here, that if you will actually retrospect and assess your life, so all those major events which might have happened in your life, if you will do a proper retrospection, you're going to realize that like right at those moments, your mind might have started thinking in that direction. You might have started getting help of the right set of people, circumstances might have started falling in the right places, and those were got accomplished. So that is something which I am trying to tell you over here. Now friends, moving to the next section of our today's discussion. Now if you want to understand the contribution of the ninth house to overall areas of your life, so I mean to say, starting with the first house, which represents you, which represents your personality. So from the ninth house, you have to go 5 houses in order to reach the first house. So which in itself tells about that ninth house holds the power to inculcate those thoughts of righteousness in your personality, in your whole presence, which could act as your divine protection or a protection of the divine grace. If you will come to the second house, so from the ninth house, you have to go 6 houses. So I mean to say, any of the troubles in the account of the finances can be tackled, can be tamed by the divine grace or with the support of the ninth house. If you will try to understand the third house, which is the house of your courage, which is the house of your valor. So I mean to say, from the ninth house, it straight away looks at your third house. So which can be attributed in a way that ninth house actually protects your actions. It protects you from doing any sort of negative karma or doing any sort of reckless actions. Moving ahead guys, now if you want to understand the contribution to the fourth house, so from the ninth house you have to go 8 houses in order to reach the fourth house, which is the house of your contentment, which is the house of your happiness. So I mean to say, for any of those concerns of uncertainty, anxiety, any of the concerns of not being able to get that degree of satisfaction, contentment in any of your actions. So by seeking refuge in the religion, it holds the potential to give you that deeper penetrating insights in the life, in your emotions, and connect your emotions with the divinity, giving you that divine faith and divine surrender. Now guys, moving to the fifth house. So as you know, from the ninth house you have to apply the Bhavad Bhavam. If you will go 9 houses away, you are going to reach the fifth house. So I mean to say, ninth house holds this potential to inculcate those thoughts of divinity, divine grace, having that faith, strong devotion in your intellect, in your mindset. Now guys, moving to your sixth house. So as you know that sixth house represents your hard work. Sixth house represents all kind of obstacles and difficulties and competition in the life. And if you will count from the ninth house, you are going to reach 10 houses away to enter the sixth house. So I mean to say guys, when we talk about all those people who have seen their work as their religion, they have done their duty by seeing it as a service to the God, to the divinity. So those all are the only people who have actually tasted success in the life, because they have this sort of dedication and devotion to their work. So I mean to say, this is how the energies of ninth house can work or can help you in making you more dutiful towards all of your duties and giving you that form of divine protection from saving you from any sort of challenges or threatful situation of the life. Now guys, if you will enter the seventh house, so as you can fairly see, from the ninth house you have to go 11 houses in order to reach the seventh house. So how much you are actually going to gain from the marriage, that is something which gets determined from the ninth house only. That is the only reason whenever we have to see any of the concerns of the marriage, we always give attention to the ninth division, which is the Navamsa chart or the D9 chart. D9 chart, or even individually the ninth house of the ascendant chart as well, just act as a glue which keeps the bond of the marriage intact and together. So friends, now coming to the 8th house. Now as you know this thing, that 8th house is the house of scandals, it is the house of trauma, it is the house of the crisis. And the problem of the 8th house is that many a times the problems connected to the 9th house is something which you cannot even comprehend with a rational mind. You do not even know the esoteric or mystical reasons of those crises, but only with having a faith in the divine or having a prominent 9th house. From the 9th house, 8th house is 12 houses away. So I mean to say, if you actually want to lose or get rid of all of those 8th house related miseries, so a prominent 9th house, faith in the divinity, can actually help you over there. Now guys, if you are going to enter the 10th house, so I mean to say, all of the deeds or the actions or the karma you are going to do in the society. So a strong 9th house, you have to go 2 houses in order to enter the 10th house. So I mean to say, your religious merits can actually help you in order to all those form of accomplishment or successful execution of your duties can actually be seen as a support from a prominent 9th house. Now guys, if you are going to enter the 11th house, now 11th house is a very important house which in itself tells about your hopes, your wishes, and at the same time fulfillment of those hopes and wishes as well. So I mean to say, from the 9th house you have to go 3 houses in order to enter the 11th house. So I mean to say, the faith in the divine or a prominent 9th house actually supports you, that sort of fuel, that kind of energy, valor, courage or power which you need in order to stick to your path towards your goals. That is how you can see the contribution of the 9th house. And friends, if you are going to enter the 12th house, as you know this thing, that 12th house is the house of moksha. It is the house of liberation, and at the same time it is the house of seclusion as well. It is the house of losses as well. So I mean to say guys, from the 9th house, you have to go 4 houses away in order to enter the 12th house. So I mean to say, no matter how much things you are going to lose in this life, because at the end of the day, everything in this world is a myth, is an illusion, which is not even the relationship, even our body. One day we have to lose everything. So that is the truth which we all know, but we do not have the guts to accept it. I guess that is the only reason that Lord Shiva just represents that only by the smeared ashes on his body. That is something which Lord Shiva symbolizes, that you should be attuned to your soul only, not to this myth form of world. But the point which I am trying to make here is that a prominent 9th house can actually give you solace even in the situation of dealing with any of the losses, or at the same time giving you that unconditional happiness in order to follow your spiritual duties. So that is how you can see, guys, the contribution of the 9th house. So that is something, guys, which I wanted to tell you as a part of the second section. Now we will try to understand the customized approach which I want to say for all the 12 ascendants. So friends, before we will start our customized discussion, you have to understand this thing. It hardly matters where your 9th house Lord planet is going to be placed, in which dignity it is going to be placed. On the basis of your customized ascendant and whatsoever zodiac sign which is going to be falling in your 9th house, we are just trying to understand the kind of approach which you need to carry while being in the divine pursuit or in the pursuit of any of the religious or spiritual austerity. Now whatsoever your religion is, whatsoever your faith is, important is the approach which you need to take, which the divine has carved for you on the basis of the ascendant which divine and the universal consciousness has given to you. So okay guys, beginning with the Aries ascendant. And as you can fairly see in the case of the Aries ascendant people, their 9th house carries the energies of the Sagittarius zodiac sign, which is all about being focused, which is all about becoming and behaving as a successful medium to all form of advices, counsels which they are going to receive in this lifetime. So first of all, they have to remain hopeful, they have to remain very optimistic, and at the same time they have to take all form of advices or wise counsel which they are going to receive in this lifetime. Moving ahead, guys, if you want to understand for all the Taurus ascendant natives. So guys, in your case, the 9th house carries the energies of the Capricorn sign. So I mean to say, your faith to begin with has to be very firm. If there is going to be any vacillation over there, so trust me on this thing, guys, you're not going to able to access that divine nectar, that spiritual ecstasy to its full extent. Moving ahead, if you want to understand it for all the Gemini ascendant natives. So guys, in your case, it will not be an exaggeration that you might take that scientific, that logical form of religion or religious teachings or spiritual discourses. And at the same time, when we talk about the Gemini ascendant natives, your quest for the true knowledge might take you to foreign lands, might take you to foreign cultures as well. So remain open to that. And whatsoever you are going to learn, do not be hesitant in sharing that with the world as well, helping and giving hope to all the downtrodden. Moving ahead, friends, if you want to understand it for all the Cancer ascendant natives. So guys, in your case, as you can fairly see, 9th house carries the energies of the Pisces sign. When we talk about Pisces, it is all about unconditional surrender. It is all about completely submerging within the divine. Like the way when we talk about Radha's bhakti, when we talk about Sudama's bhakti, Surdas's bhakti. So I mean to say that kind of devotion, that kind of divine unconditional surrender is required out of you while being in the pursuit of any of the religious or spiritual austerity. Moving ahead, guys, if you want to understand it for all the Leo ascendant natives. So guys, in your case, your religion has to be a matter of pride for you. You need to have a very firm approach, strong discipline, and a very go-getter approach towards your religious and spiritual austerity. So let's say, for example, see, it will not be an exaggeration, the statement which I am going to be making it over here, that luck can actually bring all those important things which you want to achieve in your life. And at the same time, see, in your case, if you get to know this thing, that this person of spiritual significance is in your city, but you might have to take off from your work, or let's say, for example, you have to go or travel to another city to meet this person. So I mean to say, in your case, you need to have a very proactive, a very go-getter approach towards your this quest of knowledge, or your religious approach has to be like this. And at the same time, you even have to fight hard to defend your dharma. Moving ahead, guys, if you want to understand it for all the Virgo ascendant natives. So guys, in the case of the Virgo ascendant natives, you're going to find the energies of the Taurus in your 9th house, which in itself tells about that your family values upbringing might play a very pivotal role, might play a very strong role over there. And at the same time, making use of your finances, making use of your parental values or the values inculcated in you might play a very important role in giving you that spiritual insights in all the important areas or moments of your life. That is something which I want to tell you over here. Moving ahead, friends, if you want to understand it for all the Libra ascendant natives. So guys, in your case, as you can fairly see over here, that in your 9th house, you're going to find the energies of the Gemini sign. Now, when we talk about the Gemini sign, Gemini is the most curious amongst all the zodiac sign. So I mean to say, your quest of knowledge has to be very high. And at the same time, whatsoever you are going to learn or you are going to achieve as a form of the wisdom of the 9th house, you do not have to be hesitant in sharing that with the world as well. So be a spokesperson of all of your learning, all of your wisdom, and share it with the world. Moving ahead, friends, if you want to understand it for all the Scorpio ascendant natives. So guys, in your case, the whole combination is very tumultuous. I mean to say, same was the case for the Leo ascendant natives. In their situation, their ascendant lord was getting exalted in the 9th house. In your case, your ascendant lord is getting debilitated in the 9th house. Now, how you can decode it? See guys, you have to understand this thing, that Scorpio people, Scorpio ascendant people are very intense. They are very devoted. Only if they will learn how to make use of their energy, like Lord Hanuman, giving a direction of their energies, giving a devoted direction to their energies. Like for example, you could actually do bad to you by holding up resentments, holding up all form of negativity, wasting your efforts, wasting your energies, or you could actually give a direction of your energies in the form of devoting it to the right causes. So I mean to say, only if you will inculcate these qualities of letting go, and if you are actually going to seek refuge in religion, religious austerities, so that could be seen as a very fortune awakening or fortune changing alignment in your case. Because otherwise, ascendant lord getting debilitated in the 9th house just tells about this thing only, that all of your energies can or have to actually surrender to the divine 100% only if you want to make the best out of your life, or if you actually want to gain out of the wisdom or the pearls of wisdom which are lying in the 9th house. Moving ahead, friends, if you want to understand it for all the Sagittarius ascendant. So guys, in your case, in the 9th house, you are going to find the energies of the Leo. So which in itself tells about that your religious austerities needs to be a matter of your pride, has to be a matter of your honor. Like all those people who actually roll up their sleeves, or carry their faith on their sleeves. So that kind of approach is required out of you if you actually want to rise and shine and make a mark of yours in the society, or actually progress in the path of the religious and spiritual austerities. Because whenever we talk about the accomplishment, so that is something which is always associated with either the Capricorn sign or either with the Leo sign. So because of which religious austerities can actually give you all sort of honor, fame, recognition, acknowledgement in the society. All what is required out of you is that your approach has to be of a defender of the dharma. Moving ahead friends, if you want to understand it for all the Capricorn ascendant natives. So guys, in your case, as you can fairly see, in the 9th house, you're going to find the energies of the Virgo sign. So which just tells about that you have to have a very disciplined, a very strong eye for detail approach towards the religious austerities. Now guys, trust me on this point that for some other ascendant person, there some of the flaws or some of the like unintentional mistakes done in the spiritual path might still be forgiven, but in your case, the path which has been carved for you, just expect full perfection and full devotion in the path of spirituality and the religious austerity. So this is the kind of approach and style and theme which you need to opt towards your dharma, towards your religious austerities. Moving ahead friends, if you want to understand it for all the Aquarius ascendant natives. So guys, in your case, in the 9th house, you're going to find the energies of the Libra sign, which just in itself tells about that you need to have a strong commitment towards all of your religious duties, and at the same time, whatsoever you're going to learn, whatsoever you're going to gain, whensoever and in whichsoever form the wisdom and insights are going to dawn upon you, you have to share it with the world as well. You have to become a spokesperson of that in order to bring that light of inspiration in the lives of the world as well, in the lives of other people as well. And last friends, if you want to understand it for all the Pisces ascendant natives, so guys, in your case, in the 9th house, you're going to find the energies of the Scorpio sign. So which in itself tells about that the path of divinity and the religion has to be very intense and might ask intense devotion, like it could reach to the level of obsession as well. So that kind of intensity of devotion is expected out of you, and at the same time seeking refuge in the mystic sciences like astrology and all those ritualistic measures in order to connect with the divine and the divinity. So that kind of approach is expected out of you. So that is something friends which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs for various aspects of the 9th house. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Thank you.